Today we'll be seeing one of the interesting what do you call methodology developed in the operations systems called game theory. In fact, this has got much influence from the linear programming problem when Dantix developed linear programming, and during that particular point of time, John von Neumann, who's also a famous scientist who has contributed to linear programming, developed parallelly a technology or a methodology called game theory. Okay, and this is based on the conflict, which means that it is game theory means like it is a theory that is formed basically by people playing games, say for example board games or chances, a game of chances. So this is kind of a competitive strategy, and this also has got a huge application in operations research. And this is famously known as science of conflict. So that is how in earlier period they have described this particular methodology. And it is to describe that there are different types of games, and simultaneous games and finite games, infinite games, and so on. In this case, we're going to talk about the zero sum game. Okay, the first is the payoff matrix. Payoff matrix is the outcome of player A against player B. That is what we call payoff matrix of player A. For example, this is the player A, and this is player B, and along the cells is the outcome. For example, you could very well visualize this as in the form of a chess. So chess is a very good example of a zero-sum game, two-player zero-sum game, which means that first the white player moves, then only the black player can his coins. So which means that there is a dependency or a sequence. So which means that player A will be almost dominant than player B because player A has more advantage than player B of moving it first in chess game. The same way in a two-sum game, the player A is kind of considered to be the independent, and player B is kind of a dependent of player A, and you get this player payoff matrix. This outcome of player A and player B response can be kind of like this. And similarly, we have got the payoff matrix of B. So all these things, all these values will be negative, stating that player B is the dependent of player A. So this are the strategy. So which means that in player A, he will be maximizing his chance, and player B will be minimizing the player A's chance. So something like counteracting or defending the player B's choice, player A's choice by player B. Okay, so this is basically the payoff matrix. It is an M cross N matrix, so in which the M variables of uh, player A and N variables of player B. So something like that. Okay, so this is the payoff matrix for player B. Okay, next we come to very important concepts called pure strategy. Pure strategy in the sense like when there is a definite victory, when the game has definite victory. Say for example, if you talk about cricket, the 2020 and the one day international match and all will have, I mean the 50 over match and all will have definite victory. So one team does just generally wins. If there is a tie, they'll go for a super over to decide the victory, or if there is a rain, they'll go for the Duckworth-Lewis method to determine the victory. So which means that the game has got some definite value or it has got a definite meaning. So that is what we call a pure strategy. So how do we see the pure strategies? We look into the game that has a saddle point. Saddle point in the sense like if you, this is kind of a more an optimization methodology, when which like if you have something like this sort, something like this sort, and think this. I'll just draw it for you again. Yeah. So saddle point is something like this. If you construct this in a three-dimensional view, this is the lower point. That is, you remember in a replacement problem, the minimum is the point, the dip is the point. We consider that to be a replacement. So same way, saddle point are the minimum points. It's just like a saddle. The name is after the saddle. Saddle is the one that is owned on the horse for sitting, for people to sit. You remember this is saddle, leather curvature. So that curvature is called saddle, and that point is saddle point. Okay, so we have to determine that. So let's take a look at the example one, the pure strategy. Pure strategy with saddle point or points. So whichever, if you have multiple points also. Let's take a look at this matrix. This is actually a matrix. So player, this is a payoff matrix. This is 1 3 minus 1 6. Player A against player B. Okay, and this denotes A11, A12, A21, A22. So remember this this big matrix. So this is what there. So we need to find out what is the value of this game as well as the saddle point. So to do that, take this matrix with the player and A and player B. Okay, then construct a row minimum. Row minimum in the sense, what is the minimum element in this particular row? So in this particular row, the minimum is 1. So put it 1 here and come back to the next row. So the next row, find out the row minimum. So the row minimum of -1 and 6 is -1. Okay. Next, come back to the column. We'll find the column maximum. Remember that we'll find the row minimum and column maximum. Okay. So the column maximum, the maximum out of this column is 1. So -1 being the lesser than the 1. So the maximum will be 1. And in this case, the column maximum is 6. So column maximum is 6. So far, there won't be any what do you call confusion, but the confusion happens next. So this procedure is called minimax procedure or maximin procedure. So what does that mean? Is we find the maximum of the minimum value and the minimum of the maximum value. So I repeat, we'll be finding out the maximum of the minimum value and the minimum of the maximum value. So which means that in row minimum, we'll find the maximum value. So that is what I've written as maximum of minimum. So out of this row minimum, what is the maximum value? So the maximum value is 1. And out of this column maximum, take down the minimum of the maximum. So the minimum of the maximum is 1. Okay. So the minimum of the maximum is 1. Then highlight the place of occurrence of the row. I mean the minimum, what do you call maximum of minimum and minimum of maximum, or called maximum. So this corresponds here. The 1 is here, and in the column the 1 is here. So the value of this should be mapped in the row minimum, and the value of this should be mapped in the column minimum. So this is here, and this is here, and the occurrence of that in the matrix is taken. So here, which means that this is A11. So the 1 occurs at the point A11. So this is A11. So this 1 occurs since the 1. How do we get this 1 as the maximum and the minimax? So that 1 is here, and this is the saddle point. A11 is our saddle point. So A11 is our saddle point, and the value of the game is 1. So the value of the game is 1. Since the value, whatever value you get, maximum and minimax, that will be your value of the game. So I'm not putting the value of the game here, or neither the, what do you call, the saddle point here. Let's take another example. This is a play of matrix of player A versus player B. And this is A11, 1, 2, and 1, 5, something like that. And this is 5, 5, 5, 4. Sorry, 5, 4, 5, 5 rows. No, sorry, 4, 5. 4 rows and 5 columns. And this is the matrix. And we'll find the row minimum. Or the minimum of this particular row is -2. The minimum of this particular row is 1. It is 1. And the minimum of this particular row is -4. So -4 being the minimum of all these things. And the minimum of this particular row is 5, 3, -4, 2, -6, -6. Okay. So we found the row minimum. Then we have to find the maximum of the minimum. So the maximum of this minimum is 1, since -2, -4, -6 are negative values. 1 is the maximum value or the maximum positive value available. So maximum is 1. And similarly, the column wise, we'll find the maximum of the column. So in this case, -2, 3, -4, 5. Out of this, the maximum is 5. So that is what is given as 5. And in this case, 0, 2, -3, and 3. So the maximum of that will be 3. And in here, 0, 1, 0, -4, and the maximum is 1. And in here, 5, 2, -2, 2, the maximum is 5. And 3, 2, 6, -6, the maximum is 6. So we have got the column maximum. Out of the column maximum, the maximum value, the minimum value of the maximum is 1. So out of this maximum value, the minimum value is 1. So which means that we have got the maximin and minimax is equals to 1. So which means the value of the game is 1. Since the value is 1, so the value of the game is 1. The saddle point. So remember, this is A11, A12, and similarly A21, A22, A23. So if you mark 1 in the column and the row, and that corresponds to the what do you call the saddle point. In this case, we have only one saddle point. We don't have one occurring any point of time. So it means the saddle point is A2, 3, which means it represents second row and third column. Or you can even write A23. So A23, which is nothing but A2, 1, 2, 2, and 2, 3. So this is kind of a saddle point. Okay. Then it's very important. So this is kind of a saddle point. Probably okay. So we'll take a look at the another example. In this case, player A, player B. We have got the row wise minimum and the column wise maximum. Say for example, in 3, 5, 4, 9, 6, the minimum is 3. That is what here 3. Then 5, 6, 3, 7, 8. The minimum is 3. Then in this case, the minimum is 7. And in this case, the minimum is 2. And the maximum of the row is 7. And similarly, we'll find the column maximum. And the minimum of the maximum is also 7. So which means the value of the game is 7. We have the 7 as the value. But in this case, we have got a lot of saddle points. Like 7 is here and 7 is here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 7s in between in the matrix. So which means that we have got a first we'll start from this row, second row, fourth column. So 2, 4. Then third row, second column, 3, 2. And third row, fifth column, 3, 5. So all these things are saddle points. So which means that this is tells you that the player A and player B at one point they'll be common, or they'll have both have the same advantageous position. And let's explain that. So before that, I've got another matrix, but I've not solved this. So can you get me the row minimum, then minimum, what is the game value of the game, then saddle points? Can you do this quickly as possible? So we'll take the row minimum, maximum of that, then column column maximum and minimum of that column. Is that a saddle point exist or the value of the game, or is the value of the game, something like that? Just pay 2 minutes
So
and
4.
get me the answer. The value of the game is 4.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so to illustrate that, so we'll take the minimum value of the row. This is nothing but 1, and we'll take the maximum value of the column. This will be the maximum of the minimum value. This is 4. Then here take the minimum of the maximum value. We'll take 4. So which means the value of the game is 4. The saddle points. Here is the saddle point. Here is a saddle point. And do you have any other 4? No. Okay, so which means the saddle points are 1, comma 4 and 2, comma 3, correct? Okay, so this is the what do you call generalized strategy. It is called pure strategy and pure strategy. And next we will go to mixed strategy. Mixed strategy means like games without the saddle point. So in this case, we don't have the saddle points. All of you please pay attention. The procedure for this is kind of a little different when compared to the other things, but just understand. First, we will consider the first we'll see whether there's a saddle point exists. Then only we'll decide that there's a mixed strategy or there's a game without the saddle point, or which means that without the ideal point. So I'll just explain this with an example. In a game of chess is like played 8 by 8 cell, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8. I'll just put it like this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 by 8 matrix. This is kind of a chessboard. And this will be something like, all right, 1. So remember the chess game. I'll just put it like this. All of you probably know how to play chess, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Supposing there is a king here, like the white king, something like a king is placed here, and there is a bishop with the what do you call the opponent's black bishop, white bishop. Then the king is in check, so the king has to move one cell. There's only say for example a black king is there. You have only white king, a black king, and a bishop, white bishop. I mean black bishop in a light squared. I mean white squared movable bishop. But if you happen to move it in somewhere in what do you call the dark squared for the king, then the bishop cannot check you. Neither the king, for example, king if it is here and it has to move all the way, and the game will progress. Generally, the game is generally considered to be a draw. So that is what we call a saddle point. So when which the both the opponents will have a lot of time to move around, so nobody is gonna finish the game, something like that. So probably it might, if you play a lot of simulations of that nature, then you probably can find a way to checkmate the opponent king. But say for example, when you have only king at either side, the black has a king and white has a king, and you can generally, if you play chess in a very good level, the people generally call that to be a draw by insufficient material. So which means that you cannot definitely win with king alone. So which means that game become a draw. So those kind of things are called saddle points. So the value of the game is 1. So which means that both have the same advantage. So it is a draw. So in a more particular sense, if you remember some chess match result, they'll see half point for a draw, half point either player. But if the one player win, they'll give a value of 1, another one is 0. Say for example, if white wins, they'll put 1 hyphen 0, but if black wins, they put 0 hyphen 1, stating that the 1, that is what we call the value of the game. So but if you have a saddle point in a chess game, both has to be a draw, then it is half half. But in this case, we'll call that to be 1. So both players have a same advantage. So mixed strategy is where in which one player has got dominance, another player has got one player has dominant, another player has not dominant. So for example, in this case, we have got 4. The column represents the player B. Player B is more advantageous than player A. So in this case, how do we generally get the what do you call the positional advantage or the competitiveness? basically. How to get that competitiveness is by the mixed strategy. And this is also called as mixed strategy. In the previous examples, we talked about the pure strategy, and this is a mixed strategy. Say A11, A12, A21, 22. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix. So it's a 2 by 2 game. And when you find the row minimum, so minimum of 5, 2 is 2, minimum of 3, 4 is 3, and maximum of this is 3. And maximum of this column 5, 3 is 5, and maximum of 2, 4 is 4, and minimum of that is 4. So 4 is not equal to 5, so which means that we don't have any saddle point. And the procedure is fairly the same. So we'll be taking at the what you call outcome matrix. So this is also called as an outcome matrix. S underscore A talks about the solution or the outcome matrix of A, player A. That will become A1, A2. Underneath is P1, P2. Then SB, B1, B2, and Q1, Q2. So this is the what do you call the outcome matrix. So this is very important. I just put it. So this is a formula kind of thing. So kindly make a note of this formula. This, if you remember this, I'll just cut and paste here. Yeah. So take down this thing for 2 by 2. This is the kind of take down this formula. So this might be very useful for you. So we'll be doing a problem. So I think just take down this in your notebook. And once you have taken down, just let me know. You can write it like a mathematical thing. It's A22 minus A21 divided by whole divided by A11 plus A21 minus A12 plus A21. So write it like a mathematical formula. So and this is a probability of this getting succeeded, and the probability of 2 is nothing but 1 minus probability of 1. So that is what is given here, and V is the value of the game, and this is the formula. Once you have copied, kindly let me know.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So what does the value of a game actually mean?
Value of the game is just like who's having the advantage, or if both have the advantage, then we'll find the saddle point.
Okay.
It just talks about the advantages of the players.
Sir, done, sir.
Yeah, all of you have taken down. Yeah. Now what you do is use that formula. I'll just yeah. So use that formula to determine the P1 value, P2 value, and Q1 value and Q2 value. So this is the A11, A12, A21, and A22. So can you see the screen? Probably. Find out whether you get the same value. This is 1 by 4. This is 3 by 4. This is 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. So value of the game is 3.5. So just check whether you get the value, the same value.
Can you move the slide up a little bit up? Okay. Yes, sir. The same.
Yeah, the value also you get it 3.5.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how you formulate a mixed strategy. Okay, so when you don't have a saddle point, then this is the general procedure for finding the mixed strategy. Okay, so this is basically a game without the saddle point. Let me give you a matrix, a 3 by 3 matrix. So can you do? Can you find whether this has got a saddle point? This particular matrix at a saddle point.
No, sir. No saddle point.
It doesn't have saddle point, no? So can you find out the value of these things? 3 by 3 matrix. Yeah. So or I think okay. So 3 by 3 matrix, and when the matrix wait a second, the 3 by 3 matrix, and when the matrix goes beyond 2 by 2 matrix, it will be difficult for us to, because we may not be knowing what is Q3, the third quantum. So in that case, what we do generally do is, be it a 3 by 3 matrix or a 4 by 4 matrix or n by n matrix, we will be reducing that in terms of 2 by 2 matrix. So which means, so that property is called dominance property. So games larger than 2 by 2 matrix. So which means that reducing the size of the games play of matrix by eliminating a course of action which is so inferior to another as never to be used. So for in this case, when we compare to the column, um, I mean, compared to the row has got the this example. Let's take this example, and 172,627,516, and when we compare to the column, sorry, row, this row 172 and something like 516, or can get 627. Out of these, I think the kind of the when we compare to the row, when we compare to row 2, the row 3 numbers are minimum. This when compared to the row 2, row 3 is minimum. So which means you can take, you can probably get rid of the row 3. So which means that we have eliminated row 3, which means that that might not be a part of our, I mean, that might not be a good advantage for player A when compared to player B. So this is in terms of row. So we will eliminate that row, or you could even eliminate row 1 also, depending upon a situation. When we compared row 2 and row 1 is kind of a minimum, but in this case 7 is kind of a greater than 2, so which means we cannot do. If there is something called a 1, we can strictly go ahead and eliminate the row 1. But in this case, when you compare to row 2 and row 3, this is kind of a, this is last row is kind of a very inferior when compared to the row 2. Or when you compare row 1 and row 3, this is kind of an inferior, superior than this. So which means we may go out and delete this. But when you compare to the 7, one is the simpler. So which means there's a trade-off between both. You can choose row 1 and row 2 if you suppose wanted to eliminate row 1 and instead of row 1 and row 3 interchangeably. But in this case, let's take we'll remove row 3, and that doesn't part of the game. And next one we'll find in the row wise we'll find out the minimum of it and eliminate it, and in the column wise we'll find the maximum of it and eliminate that. So the maximum when you compare to 1 7 to 7, so which means this column can be get rid of, or in this case is 6 2 and 7. In this case 7 is pretty high, you can get rid of this column. So you can even get rid of this or this, or in this case, instead when you compare column 1 and column 3, I feel column 2 is maximum. So you can get rid of the column 2, column 3 when compared to the column 1. So which means I'm reduced my matrix to a 1 7 and 6 2. So in the 1 7 and 6 2, I found row minimum, the maximum of minimum, then I'll found out the optimum strategy. In this case, the final, the third element will be 0. Can you find out the value of P1, P2, Q1 and Q2 for this matrix? I hope you have the formula with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just find out the value of Q1, Q2.
The screen is gone.
Yeah, 1 second. Like I think the Excel got stuck.
So the value is 4.
I mean the value of the game.
Yes, sir.
1 second. Yeah. Can you able to see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for the people, just kindly try this. Okay, so what is the value of P1?
0.1.
0.1. What is the value of P2?
0.9.
So what is the value of Q1?
0.5.
And Q2 is also 0.5, right? And the value
Yes.
of the game is 4.
4. Yes, sir.
Okay. So just take a look at this particular. I'll just hide this. Perform the row reduction. I mean the row wise you can eliminate and make this particular matrix into a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay. You have to eliminate a row, then a column, then a row, then a column. So which means that will the choice is yours. Okay. So absolutely the choice is yours. Just do this problem because this is very important. This is kind of a very important property in game theory. Reduction of this is a 4 by 4 matrix. You can any number of n by n matrix can be reduced to 2 by 2 matrix. Then you can perform the operation. But there are some case where you cannot reduce more than what you call 3 by 3 or 4 by 4. Then in that case, we have to use a linear programming to solve this. Okay. So just try, give it a try, and let me know how to reduce row and which row will be which row and column should be reduced. So I'll just put R1, R2, R3, R4, column 1, column 2, column 3, and 4. So 4 by 4 matrix. Find out the 2 by 2 matrix, then go and perform whether it is, if it is a pure strategy, then you can find the saddle point and the value of the game will be that. But if it is a mixed strategy, you have to find these procedures. Okay. So not necessarily all these problems will be a mixed strategy. Some problem may yield a pure strategy as well.
So saddle point exists for this thing.
Oh, saddle point exists. Okay. Okay. What is
The
the
8,
value then?
8,
Value of the game. Okay.
8,
Okay.
8.
So can you tell me the procedure, which column, which row will be
Yes,
eliminating first?
so first I eliminated the row 2.
Row 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then column 4.
Column 4. Okay. Then
And then row 3, row 4.
row 4. Okay.
And then row 2.
Row 2. Okay, so you've got this 2 by 2 matrix 5, 9, and
Yes.
8, 15. Out of
Yes, sir.
this, you get saddle point. We have to
Yes.
find the minimum, no? Minimum of these. I don't think you'll get saddle point. Let me check. Because the maximum of this is 8.
8.
Then
Yes, sir.
maximum, okay. Maximum of this is 5, 8 is 5. Correct. Then minimum of that will be 8, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Anybody have got another answer or something like that? So 8. So this is fine. Yeah. The value of the game is 8 and the saddle point is 2, 1. Okay. Good. Anybody else have got the different answer? And it is purely iterational. If Sanjog has taken this kind of procedure and he yields the that value, if you end up in a different thing, then which means that you're trying to what do you call make your weak strategies to eliminate it. So that is basically the procedure of dominance.
Sir, actually, I have eliminated row 4 first,
Okay, once again, row 4. Okay, then
then column 3,
column 3. Okay,
then row 1 and
row
column 1.
1, column 1. So you get 7, 1, 7, 1.
Yes, sir.
Out of this, minimum will be 1 and minimum will be 1 and maximum of that will be 1. In this case, maximum is 7, maximum is 1. Out of that, minimum is 1. So you'll get the value of the game as 1.
1.
Correct. And the saddle points, you'll get 2 saddle points here.
Yeah.
What do you call 1, 2 and 2, 2. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the value of game for Sanjog is 8 and for you the value of the game is 1. So and in your case you got 2 saddle points, so which means that it is kind of a more even strategy for both player A and player B, when which the saddle point for Sanjog is more favoring player B than player A. So if he is player B, then he is more advantageous. In your case, both of them have got same advantage.
So, sir, in this, there is no right and wrong. It's purely iterational.
Yeah, pure iteration. It is how you eliminate your strategy. Okay. But you eliminate this no 4, fourth row,
Yes, sir.
which has got which is a very good strategy because it's all of them are very less value. All the cells are very less when compared to the row 3 or except this 4. No, so everything is kind of be very small. And some people might think this is 4 is pretty high, so they eliminate this thing. 1, it depends on how do they take it. So if they eliminate this row 2, then they're missing out the huge advantage of player A. 6 and 7 is very high when you compare to 3 and 4. So that is how it is basically gets, but it's all iterational. So it's depending on how you make use of this elimination strategy. Okay, but the minimum is very minimum is when we compare to all the things, we'll just see. You can even mathematically or something like that. You can call what do you call very minimum of this is this particular row. So which means this is 3, and I think this is minus 10. This is minimum, and this minus 1 and 0. So which means these are minimum, and out of this is the kind of a more economical to remove. So 3 and what do you call minus 1 are from this area. So they have got, for example, if you consider this, 3 is from this cell and minus 10 is from this cell, and minus 1 is from this cell, and 0 is from this cell. So it is very even if you remove this or this, but when you compare this and this, I think this 3 is less than 5, and 9 is good value, then minus 1. So eliminating this row will be a little advantageous, or it is making good sense. Okay. Anybody have got any other patterns?
No, sir.
Okay. So finally, what happened is the value of the game should be maximized. So in that case, Sanjog has got the maximum value of the game. It's called 8. So try optimizing it like randomly, and that is why there is no proper value for this. It is depending upon how you eliminate this. Okay, how do you make your 2 by 2 matrix out of this thing? It is purely your choice. Say for example, if you play chess and if you blunder, then the advantage goes automatically to the other player. So as simple as that. So when you, it's just like a blender. When you remove the highest value in the initial stage, it's the advantage goes away from you. So player A loses the advantage of removing the maximum value. So if they happen to remove row 1, then they probably gonna miss the highest value of 5 and 9. So the advantage directly goes to player B. So that is why the player B, the value of the game becomes 8, and player B has got little advantage when you compare to the other method. Okay. So the next is very important. And how do we solve this? By linear programming. Okay. So 2 by 2, it's very easy. You can solve if it is a pure strategy or a mixed strategy, you can get it by that procedure. But if you have a more than 2 by 2 or uneven matrix, then we will be going to linear programming. We make use of a linear programming problem to solve the game theory problem. So this is a particular matrix, play of matrix, player A and player B, and a player A will be maximizing since this is a two-person game. So player A is the dominant or the independent player, and player B will be a simultaneous player, or it could be an we'll wait for player A to move, then player B, just like sequential. And also player B will be minimizing the chance of player A. So that is basically the logic. So Z is equal to V. V is the value of the game, and player A is maximize the opportunity. So maximize the value of the game, and player B has got the minimization of that. So first we'll talk about player A, and the player A will have got the A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23. So this is the matrix, and row are given at x1 and x2, x1 and x2. So we'll be formulating the objective function, which is nothing but maximize z is equal to v for player A, and subjected to constraint 1v. This is what little different when we compare to the other linear programming problems. So maximization, all the constraints should be less than equals to constraint. Then in this case 1v, which is nothing but the value of the play, and the coefficient of v is 1. So 1v. So put a opposite sign of the x1 row. So it means that if it is 4, put it minus 4x1. If it is minus 1, put plus I think this thing this wise, this x1, this x2. No, so x1 is 4, put it a minus 4, and x2 is minus 3, put it at plus 3 x2 less than equals to 0. And in the next case is 1v plus 1, because minus 1 to be put at plus 1 x1, and minus 4 x2 is less than equals to 0. And the third condition, minus 4 v1, I mean v not v1, so 1v plus 4x1, here also minus 2, so it becomes 2x2 less than equals to 0. And we'll put x1 plus x2 is equal to 1. So this is the equality constraints that should be considered in the analysis. And next is the minimization problem, and which is it's just not player A, it's player B. And player B we'll be minimizing the chance of player. I mean, we will be trying to minimize the value of play this game. If we minimize it, then we will be what do you call winning the game. Then player B, it is a minimization problem. You remember the duality of linear programming we dealt. So the same concept. If it is maximization and player B has to be a minimization, it's called a dual linear programming problem. And in this case, we have got 1V. So all these things is 1B, but we'll have only 3 equations. This is nothing but this one. In this case, we'll consider the row wise. So 1V plus 4 will become minus 4y1, and plus minus 1 will become plus 1y2, and minus 4 becomes plus 4y3. And for maximization, we'll say greater than equals to 0. And similarly, minus 3 will become plus 3, plus 3y1, minus 4y2, plus 2y3 greater than equals to 0, and y1 plus y2 plus y3 is greater than equals to 1. Okay. So this is the formulation of linear programming. Can you take down this? The formulation of linear programming. I've not solved the linear programming, so probably you can give it a try and find out the value of x1 and x2 in a maximization problem and value of z, and also try to find out y1, y2, y3 in the minimization problem and the value of z using a simplex method. Okay. So try to just let me know when you take the constraints and the objective function.
So,
Yes.
so in this problem, while performing a simplex operation, we'll take the value of z as 1, where we were taking at a 0.
Pardon?
So in the column z, where we were taking the values as 0, we have to take as 1.
Yeah, we are taking 0 here.
Sir, while doing the simplex method on the first,
Tabular form.
yes, sir, we were writing
Yeah.
x1, x2, s1, s2, and z.
Yeah.
So on the column of z, we have to write 1 in this case.
0. 0, no?
Sir, but in the equation it's given z equals to v, and v is also included in the x1, x2 equation.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. We will be here x1, x2. Then we'll have a slack variable s1 since it is less than equals to. Then it is b. B is all 0. Right? 0, 0, 0. Then v is 1, 1, 1. And what do you call is that equals to 1b plus 0 s1 or s. In this case this is only we have got 2 s, no, s1 and s2, s3 also we have got 3 equations. Then probably it is 1b We'll take it. We'll take it like that. So it is 1, no? Z equals 2. Z will be here. 1, 2, 3. Z will be here. And in Z equation, there's 1V. That is 1. Then we have got 0, 0, and S1 is 0. And we'll be incorporating 2 more S1, S2, 3, 1, 0. Sorry, 1, 1, 0, 0. And out of this, I'll be right hand coefficient is 0, and we'll have Z also. No, we're talking about this Z only. This is 1 because Z has got in the first is 0, 0, 0, 0. Yes, you're talking about this one.
Yes, sir. Actually,
Yeah.
in the Z comma V, it will be -1.
Is Z comma
V.
Yeah.
Sir, in the
W,
V
you're
column,
talking about W, no? W equals to
sir, I'm talking about the V column Z row.
V column Z row. It is 1 only, no? So the coefficient is 1.
Sir, but we have shifted it as Z equals B is equals to 0. So we have to shift it on the other side.
No, because that will be considered only in terms of W, no? When you take W, that is when you have the artificial variable, right? Minus
Okay, sir.
MT. Okay. We will do the problem tomorrow, okay? So just take down the procedure. Meanwhile, you can give it a try using simplex method. And take down this minimization problem of player B. All of you have taken down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the value of x1 and x2 will be the a1, a2 value, and y1, y2, y3 will be the b1, b2, and b3 value. Okay. So this is the advantages.